Good morning, everyone. Welcome to day 15, as this is the beginning of the third week of my cutting journey. I know I say hour, because I want to involve you guys in this. You guys are a part of this as much as I am. That even if you're that one person out there, we're in this together. Anywho, I have my tea going on, so I can have some nice hot liquid. No homo. I was just doing just writing my books, my finances, what I've been spending on. It's the holiday season, so it's important to keep track of your finances during this time, just to avoid any discrepancies or fraud. Anyway, let's do a little physique update. Let's see. So if you guys see me keep looking at my watch, it helps me see the angle that we're filming in so that we have a good shot. So this is what we're looking like right now. The midsection still flabby, but I'm starting to see some more definition up here. That's fire. Side profile. You can see the side's a little bit better. Still fat. Back. So that's currently where we are right now. Excuse the pecker. This is kind of where we are right now. No gym this morning because I woke up a little tardy, but that's all right. I'm gonna get everything packed up, and yeah, you guys can just watch me get ready for the day, I suppose. I'll see you maybe when I get to work, have some coffee there. But for now, I'm gonna sip on this tea, get my stuff done for the day, pack my bag, and I'll bring you guys along for the ride. All right, so I'm all set, ready, packed, and on my way to work. I will see you guys there. I'm just waiting for the bus right now. It is some harsh weather out there. There goes my bus right there. Look at these pigeons. They think they're better than everyone else. They're looking down on me. But maybe they are better. Who knows? Wow, look at the wonderland. The winter wonderland that is New York City. Just waiting for the train so we can go to work. Alright guys, I'm going to try to capture a cool thumbnail, so let's hope it works out.
Time to say slam to your MetroCard. That's right. The MetroCard is retiring and going into service on December 31st. So go ahead.
So as I'm riding on my way to work, I was listening to Fates in Black by Metallica. An emotional song for me, but it reminded me of the dark times that once used to plague my mind, and how it affected me, and how it distorted my thoughts, my mood, and my feelings about the world. That being said, I'd just like to remind everyone to reach out for a friend or a family member during this time of the year, the festive season. There are people out there that don't have a friend, or don't have a family, or no one really checks up on them. Check up on your friends, your family. Ask them how they're doing. Wish them a happy holiday. It doesn't take much just to let someone know that you're thinking about them. That being said, I wish all of you a happy holidays. I hope your day goes well, and let's try to be better people inside and out. The gym stuff, that works on the outside, but let's not forget about our inside, our morals, our thoughts, our views, our opinions, and how we see the world. Work on that as well, because I'm pretty sure there are improvements to be made. At least I know there is much more room for improvement for me. And if you're going through a tough period of time, things don't last forever. If you're having a good time, cherish it, feel blessed, and be grateful, because it won't last forever.
111th Street.
If you're going through a tough period of time through something, it's okay. That too will not last forever. When we go through pain or something hurtful, it distorts our sense of time and our sense of the future. So I'd like to remind everyone that there's always a better day ahead. The night's always dark before the dawn. I'm gonna get off here. It's my stop. Alright, just made it to work. I'm gonna make myself a nice little coffee. Black. Can I get a coffee? Black? Can't you see me talking? White? If you guys know where that's from, you're awesome. I drink the coffee because I love the taste. It suppresses appetite, and who doesn't like coffee? Anyway, I'm gonna get started on my work day, and I'll see you guys later. It's lunchtime, so I'm having lunch. I'm at my favorite place, Taste, here in Ozone Park, and I'll show you what I have. So I'm working on the second chapter for the next video, hopefully tonight, who knows. And this is what I'm having for lunch. 6 ounces of chicken in a strawberry field salad. So inside there's nuts, strawberries, onions, avocado, and last but not least, some vinaigrette dressing. It took me some time to get acquainted with this dressing. I used to not like it. Now I love it. But I digress. I'm gonna eat, and I'll see you guys after. So as I was eating, minding my own business, I noticed a disturbance in the force. And what do you know? It's the pigeons again. Watching me from above, judging. They're following me, guys. These fucking pigeons. So I just finished lunch. I didn't finish it actually. I have a whole container full of the salad and stuff, which brings me to my next point. When dieting, calories are important only because there are such things as calorie-dense foods and non-calorie dense foods like salad, meaning you have a high volume, a lot of it, but the calorie count is very low because lettuce is basically water. So if you fill up on salad before and have your main course, you're more than likely not going to finish it, and then you'll have room, or you could eat the other half on your next meal. Similar to this, I couldn't finish the whole thing, but I'm definitely going to be under my calories. I'm full, and I still have more food. I'm pretty sure I still have a bunch of other calories left, but I'll end my rant here. There's a birthday at the office, so they're doing cupcakes from Martha's Bakery. And yeah, I will eat one. Remember yesterday I said time and place? All those snacks hanging around? It wasn't really for any other reason other than the holidays, but this is someone's birthday, something celebratory. So I'm gonna partake. I'll see you guys there. 5 o'clock. I got hungry, so I'm eating the rest of the salad. And the yogurt. So in about maybe an hour and a half, I'll be in the gym. So I'm gonna have a Bear Bell protein bar. I'll see you guys later. All right, just got to the vicinity. I'm gonna go get some hamstrings and glutes. I'll see you guys after. All right, let's weigh in. Let's see how much I weigh. 1:45. Let's go. All right, so we're in the land of protein, or as I like to call it, Stop and Shop, to get our scheduled dose of chocolate protein. So I'm gonna be doing this, and then I'll go home, cook something. It was a good workout. I am tired, to say the least. I'm gonna go pay for this. I'll see you guys later. All right, I am home now. I made some dinner. I'll show you what it is. I made a concoction, last minute thing. I made 4 whole eggs with an ounce of ground turkey and an ounce of beans with some tortillas. Didn't have anything else, so I had to work with what I had. I'm also gonna take some of these, 2 of these, some magnesium citrate. I heard it helps with sleep and many other things. But yeah, that's my dinner. I'll see you guys after. All right, so I'm done with dinner. I'm gonna have an apple, some liquid IV, and like I said, 2 of these. I'm gonna shower after, do some dishes, finish the rest of chapter 2, edit the video. I'll upload it tomorrow in the morning. That's the plan. What's up, you guys? I am currently reading chapter 2 so that we can go over it at the end of this video. I'm about to dry scoop some creatine. All right, let's get to reading. Oh, by the way, it's 12, it's midnight, but I want to stick to my word. I told you guys I'd do better, and this is me doing better. I'll be back. All right, get your pens and pencils out, my fellow cohorts. If you don't know what that word means, look it up. All right. Now, we're on chapter 2 of Atomic Habits. The title of this chapter is How Your Habits Shape Your Identity, and vice versa. Now, first off, we start off pretty strong, pretty challenging. It's almost like the author is challenging us. Few things can have more powerful impact on your life than improving your daily habits, and yet it is likely that this time next year, you'll be doing the same things rather than something better. Already feels like I've been challenged, which is great for me because I love a good challenge. I'm more of a negative, negative reinforcement type of person. So this has already fired me up when I first read it. And then we go on to talk about the layers of behavior change. According to this author here, there are 3 layers of behavior change. At the outer circle is outcomes. In the middle, we have processes. And in the center, we have identity. It looks kind of like this. I hope you guys can see it. Kind of like that, right? The first layer is changing your outcomes. This level is concerned with changing your results, losing weight, publishing a book, winning a championship. Most of the goals you set are associated with this level of change. The second layer is changing your process. This level is concerned with changing your habits and systems, implementing a new routine at the gym, decluttering your desk for better workflow, developing a meditation practice. Most of the habits you build are associated with this level. And lastly, the third and deepest layer is changing your identity. This level is concerned with changing your beliefs, your worldview, your self-image, your judgments about yourself and others. Most of the beliefs, assumptions, and biases you hold are associated with this level. Outcomes are about what you get. Processes are about what you do. And this is going to tie in perfectly with the theme of today's video. We were talking about our beliefs in the world from earlier today, values and things like that. So that's why I really wanted to make this video, just so to have it tie nicely with the theme of today's video. It was unintentional, so it's even better for me. Let's continue. The author then goes to explain that the identity change is at the center of this because that is where it all begins, the identity. For example, imagine two people resisting a cigarette. When offered a smoke, the first person says, "No thanks, I'm trying to quit." It sounds like a reasonable response, but this person still believes they are a smoker who is trying to be something else. They're hoping their behavior will change while carrying around the same beliefs. The second person declines by saying, "No thanks, I'm not a smoker." It's a small difference, but this statement signals a shift in identity. Smoking was a part of their former life, not their current one. They no longer identify as someone who smokes. You may want better health, but if you continue to prioritize comfort over accomplishment, you'll be drawn to relaxing rather than training. It's funny because this chapter, it mentions a bunch of things, but it does, for our theme of this channel, of this video, it really does center around the gym. So it will mention the gym a lot, which is perfect for me and perfect for you guys. It's hard to change your habits if you never change the underlying beliefs that led you to your past behavior. You have a new goal and a new plan, but you haven't changed who you are. And I'm gonna add something to that, or what you believe about yourself. For example, when they mentioned it's hard to change your habits if you never change the underlying beliefs that led you to your past behavior, the biggest example of this is, for me, is I used to think relaxing meant eating junk food on a couch and watching TV. I believe that was what relaxation was, what stress relief was. And it led me to being a heavy set person, just based on that belief alone of that's how you're supposed to relax. And just to prove my point a little bit, I have a picture of my siblings, but that's me right there. That's little chunky boy right there. And as you can see, I have a bag, and in this bag, I remember exactly what was in this bag. We had a ham and cheese sandwich on a roll with a soda. I don't know what soda, but we definitely had a soda. Maybe a Nesquik, actually. A strawberry Nesquik, a ham and cheese sandwich, and we had some Doritos in that bag. But yeah, talk about beliefs and habits and all that. But yeah, I used to be very large, and a lot of it was from my beliefs around culture. Now, I'm Mexican, so for any of you that have ever had Mexican food, you know it's carbs on carbs on carbs. So a lot of the times, when I first embarked in my fitness journey, I was kind of judged by my family and by, the people in my house, because I was not eating dinner. I was not eating the same dinner as them, and it was a really challenging time for me personally, because I got hit kind of with like a, who do you think you are? Or, what are you even doing? Why bother? Things like that. It's just a small example. Let's continue. The more pride you have in a particular aspect of your identity, the more motivated you will be to maintain the habits associated with it. Once your pride gets involved, you'll fight tooth and nail to maintain your habits. True behavior change is identity change. You might start a habit because of motivation, but the only reason you'll stick with one is it becomes part of your identity. Anyone can convince themselves to visit the gym or eat healthy once or twice, but if you don't shift the belief behind the behavior, then it is hard to stick with long-term changes. Improvements are only temporary until they become part of who you are. The goal is not to read a book, the goal is to become a reader. The goal is not to run a marathon, the goal is to become a runner. The goal is not to learn an instrument, the goal is to become a musician. Are you guys starting to see the theme here? Research has shown that once a person believes in a particular aspect of their identity, they are more likely to act in alignment with the belief. For example, blah, 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 people, voting. Mention something, if you're proud of your biceps, then you're less likely to skip an upper body workout. Doing the right thing is easy. After all, when your behavior and your identity are fully aligned, you are no longer pursuing behavior change. You are simply acting like the type of person you already believe yourself to be. Many people walk through life in a cognitive slumber, blindly following the norms attached to their identity. The examples given: I'm terrible with directions. I'm not a morning person. I'm bad at remembering people's name. I'm always late. I'm not good with technology. I'm horrible at math. And it goes on and on. And this is true on so many levels. On another level, something that I'm familiar with is I know some people that will not say negative things about themselves because they believe, and I believe as well, that words carry some kind of energy or some kind of force behind them, and they refuse to talk negatively about themselves. For example, I have a friend that will never say, oh, I'm sick. They'll say, oh, I'm healing, or I'm getting better, or I'm recovering, things like that. People have also said that sound creates vibrations, and that your body's like mostly water, and that those vibrations, the way you talk to yourself, what you say about yourself, affects your body. I believe that personally, and which is funny because it says you're more likely to do the things that you believe, which might be a placebo effect, but is it a placebo effect if it works? That's why I recommend broadening your horizons in many different avenues of life, because you don't know what will resonate with you, what you will believe, what works for you. For me, reading books, having things that say study shows, things like that help me believe certain things. So those are the things that I try to look for, because it just backs up certain beliefs that I have, which help me continue on certain paths. Let's continue. When you have repeated a story to yourself for years, it is easy to slide into those mental grooves and accept them as fact. In time, you begin to resist certain actions because that's not who I am. Another personal antidote was when I was larger, at some point, I was like, fuck it, I'm just a large guy. This is my life. I'm just a fat guy. And I kind of accepted that for a while. I didn't think I had it in me to change, but I did. But for the longest time, I kind of just believed that I couldn't do it. And so I never tried. But I'll tell you guys more about that. But long story short, I discovered anime, Hero's Journey, the training arc, and all that. Anyway. The real reason you fail to stick with habits is that your self-image gets in the way. This is why you can't get too attached to one version of your identity. Progress requires unlearning. And that's a brutal reality. We have to unlearn a lot of things that are going to work against us when you embark on this journey. And now that we're on that topic, if you're someone that wants to get into the gym, or you want to lose weight, or anything like that, that's fine. But don't think that once you reached your goal weight, that's it. You're just gonna go back to where you started. And for what? I've been there. I'm like, oh, once I get to this weight, I'm good. Then my foot eases off the pedal, and then it all goes to shit. When you embark on this journey of fitness, of the gym, if this is what you really want, this is a lifestyle. This isn't just something that you're gonna do for a couple of months and then just ditch, because if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But if this is something that you want to stick to, if this is something that you want to carry on throughout your life, put it in your mind that this is gonna be a lifestyle change. For me, there was a point where I was the biggest gym rat, not because I had a particular goal, but because I fell in love with everything about going to the gym. Everything. Making my food, counting my calories, hitting the gym, hitting PRs. It came to a point where when it was time to eat something sweet, I'd go for a Quest protein bar. And it's like, people would ask me, you like the way it tastes? And then I had to stop and think for a while. And I'm like, oh shit, I kind of do at this point. I kind of do like it. I got so used to it that it just became my norm. And honestly, it still is my norm for the most part. I wouldn't change anything about this. I enjoy this lifestyle. I love this little hobby of mine. So if this is something new for you and you're committed to your goals of losing weight or building muscle or being fit or just being healthy, this isn't just for that wedding, for the party, for the graduation. This is for life. You want to maintain these habits for life. So prepare yourself. Let's go on. When you write each day, you embody the identity of a creative person. When you train each day, you embody the identity of an athletic person. Again, the theme of identity, the theme of how you see yourself, the theme of embodiment, unlearning. We're literally reconstructing ourselves from the inside out. The effect of one-off experience tends to fade away while the effect of habit gets reinforced with time, which means your habits contribute most of the evidence that shapes your identity. In this way, the process of building habits is actually the process of becoming yourself, your best self. Damn it. Every action you take is a vote for the type of person you wish to become. No single instance will transform your beliefs, but as the votes build up, so does the evidence of your new identity. This is one reason why meaningful change does not require radical change. The most practical way to change who you are is to change what you do. Each time you write a page, you are a writer. Each time you practice the violin, you are a musician. Each time you start a workout, you are an athlete. Every time you choose to perform a bad habit, it's a vote for that identity. The good news is that you don't need to be perfect. In any election, there are going to be votes for both sides. You don't need a unanimous vote to win the election. You just need majority. It doesn't matter if you cast a few votes for a bad behavior or an unproductive habit. Your goal is simply to win the majority of the time. I cannot stress you enough that meaningful change does not require radical change. You don't have to fucking buy every supplement in the market, spend your whole day at the gym. No, start small. Start small, like a little snowball. Start small. Start with a 10-minute workout, half an hour workout, or shit, just go to the gym and do as much as you can tolerate for your first time and go back. If you're running, run for 10 minutes and stop there. Do that for a week and then up it. You're gonna want to run more because that at some point 10 minutes is boring and you're just like, fuck, I can do more. And you end up doing more, but don't overwhelm yourself so much in the beginning. Don't burn yourself out. We're in this for the long run, not short bursts of success. We're thinking miles ahead, years ahead. This is kind of funny. If nothing changes, nothing is going to change. It is a simple 2-step process. Decide the type of person you want to be, and 2, prove it to yourself with small wins. Now, simple doesn't mean easy, all right? Simple does not mean easy. First, decide who you want to be. What do you want to stand for? What are your principles and your values? Who do you wish to become? Have some values. Have some beliefs. Stand for certain things. Get to know yourself. Know where you draw the line with certain things. Learn how to say no, or learn how to say yes, whatever it is. Because there will be times where you will try to adhere to certain goals like a diet, and you'll have all this chatter around you. Oh, one cookie won't hurt, or oh, you're so boring, or oh, it's not gonna matter. But it matters to who? To you, right? Now, I'm not saying just be strict with your diet for the rest of your life, but what I'm saying is when you say something, when you set yourself out on a goal and you have certain values and certain beliefs, there are certain things you're going to have to learn to say no to. It's going to be hard. But at that point, like the book says, cast a vote in what direction you want to go in. The beautiful thing about this fitness thing is that it's all you. You're the one calling the shots the whole way through. The negative side of the thing is that it's all you. So if you fail, or if something, doesn't go the way it was supposed to go, really the only person you can blame is yourself. And the best part of knowing who to blame is knowing that you can also be the same person to fix it. Who is the type of person that could get the outcome I want? Are questions you should be asking yourself. Who is the type of person that could lose 40 pounds? Who is the type of person who could learn a new language? Who is the type of person that could run a successful startup? You have the power to change your beliefs about yourself. Your identity is not set in stone. You have a choice in every moment. Now, that's the end of the chapter. It's a magnificent chapter. One more thing before I go. In terms of identity, when you don't have any proof on building a new identity, you turn to your values and your beliefs. For me, I am a strong believer that we are all created equally. We're all given, for the most part, a good brain, a good body, rational thought. We're all given these things. We're all created equally, right? And then I started thinking to myself, I started seeing people that transformed themselves. Off the top of my head, David Goggins. When I was first introduced to his book, when I didn't believe in myself, I saw the struggles that this person had gone through. And in my mind, I'm like, fuck, my life wasn't that bad. I didn't have it nearly as hard. And somehow, some way, he got out of that. He made something of himself. He followed his dreams. He gave it all he had. And if another man that was made by the same creator that I believe is our creator, what's any different from me trying? There's nothing different there. I can do the same thing. There are going to be times where you need to draw motivation or you need to draw inspiration from other things or other people. And that's where the beauty of books, the internet, videos, what you see, the kind of entertainment that you consume, that's where those things factor in. Have some role model. Have someone you look up to. Shit, they can be not even real. Someone that's been motivating me a lot lately, fucking Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne. In the first movie, Batman Begins, Rachel says to Bruce, it's not who you are underneath, but what you do that defines you. We all have great potential within us. We all do. I firmly believe that. But just because we have potential doesn't necessarily mean we ever actualize it. So it doesn't really matter what's inside, whatever potential you have. What matters is the actions that you decide to take. The way you decide to move in this world defines who you are. Now the question is, who do you want to be? Have you asked yourself that? Have you considered the possibilities of the person that you could be? I want you guys to ponder on that thought and really think about who you want to be. It doesn't have to be fitness related. It could be anything. Because you can be whoever you decide to be. And that's it for today. I'll catch you again tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video.